Hey Rob, why do you have a couple of nickel boxes that look like Swiss cheese? We'll get to that in just a moment. Hey everybody, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have a 2-box nickel hunt and you're probably wondering why they're full of holes. About a month ago, one of my subscribers asked me if he could do a nickel box trade for me, and I said, no problem. The only thing I request is that the boxes are sealed and that they're circulated. Obviously, he did a pretty good job of making sure they were circulated nickels. I will tell you that he put a whole bunch of holes in this one, probably because there's a lot of newer nickel design enders, and I'll try to get you a look. And he probably kept on punching until he thought he saw something that looked old, and that's that box there. In the second box, he punched 3 holes and was able to see an oldie, so he knew that this box was also circulated. I'm going to get to the second box here in a minute, but I will say that these boxes definitely are sealed on the top. They have not been opened other than being sliced up, diced up, and holed up. That being said, this will be another nickel hunt and album fill episode, so let me get the book out and fill you in on where we stand. All right, we've got the books out, and as a quick reminder, we're missing the 50D in the Series 1 book, and we're missing 4 nickels now only in the Series 2 books. Of course, one of them is a 50D as well. That being said, this is going to be Hunt and Fill episode number 84. Boxes 142 and 143 for the first book, and boxes 42 and 43 for the second set of books. For those of you new to the series and new to the channel, I do have an entire playlist starting at box 1 of this series, listed both down below in the video description as well as pinned up here for your convenience. Now, I said a minute ago I'd get to the second box, but first and foremost, like I said earlier, this box does not look that promising. He picked it up on 11/24/21. Obviously, check for circulation. This was picked up 11/11/21, and take a look at this. I pretty much believe he had to have seen this when he punched the holes, but when I took a peek inside here, and I'm going to try to get you guys a good look the best I can at this, but I think we have a V-nickel ender right here. And holy cow, if that's a V-nickel ender, don't know why he'd want to trade that box with me, but I'll take it. Holy cow. So I'm really excited about this box. We'll have to see how this box does. Now I'm going to turn this box around to face it the correct way, and we've already got it labeled on that side as well. And as I mentioned, you can see that these are sealed boxes, and there's no way he could fit any rolls in by the holes that he's punched. All right, now that we've got all that fully disclosed, I'm excited to get into this hunt, because if that's a V-nickel ender like I see in this box, this could be a dandy. This box being picked up 2 weeks later, who knows? We'll have to see how it does. Either way, hopefully, with the great ender, we have some good enders or maybe even a collection dump. Let me go ahead and move the books to the side. We'll pop this box live next and see if we have any good enders that we can see on the top side. All right, let's go ahead and crack open this first box and see if we have anything fancy schmancy on the top side. Got a chewed up Jefferson nickel there. I don't see anything great as expected in this first box, but you know what? It's what's on the inside that matters. Let's start cracking rolls, see if we have anything lucky in this first box to kick off the hunt. You guys know the drill. I'll bring you back if and when we have a first find. Well, we have a first find. We are only about halfway through the roll, and I spy a buffalo nickel. Right off the bat, roll 1. Looks like we have a 1927. Probably Philadelphia. Let's just double check. Yeah, Philadelphia minted. 1927 confirmed. I'm going to look one more time at that mint mark just to make sure. Yeah, that's just some damage at the bottom. A 1927 buffalo nickel. Roll 1 of what I believe is the slow box compared to that one. Heck of a start. Let's keep hunting. We're on roll number 8. We had that early buffalo find. I did find an 09D and a couple of late 50s nickels with Denver mint marks. I bring you in though, because now we have a 1949, our first nickel from the 40s. And it's a 49 Denver which will just quickly check for that D over S over mint mark. And I don't see it. Pretty damaged, but either way, nice seeing a 1949 Denver nickel in the hunt. Roll number 16, and it looks like we might have ourselves a war nickel. And we do. We have a Philadelphia minted 1945. We'll take it. A buffalo and a silver nickel through 16 rolls. We're on roll number 23. Got our second 40s Jefferson nickel. It's even highlighted at the date 1941, Philadelphia. Roll number 31. Got another nickel from the 40s. It's a 1948, Philadelphia. We're on roll number 47 of the first box, and coincidentally, we're going to have a 1947 Jefferson. 1947 San Francisco. Slightly lower mint. We'll take that one and add it to the board. Oh, and it's in pretty nice shape, so it might be an upgrade. Looks like roll 50 will give us a parting gift. It's another 1947 Jefferson. This time, Denver. Well, we have finished that first box, and while it was pretty light on the finds, quality was good. We only had 5 nickels from the 50s. We had a total of 6 in the 40s, including the war nickel. None in the 30s. We'd had a 27p Buffalo nickel, an 09D lower mint nickel, which I always pull aside just because. Sometimes I keep them, and this one's in nice enough shape that I'll probably hold on to that one. And then we have 3 nicer nickels that I'll check to see if they upgrade either of the albums. That being said, box 1 is down. Not a bad start to the hunt. Now it's time to move on to box number 2, and this one has that V-nickel ender through one of the windows. Let me crack it live and take a peek to see if we have any other fancy enders and possibly a collection dump. All right, let's crack into this box live. Hopefully we have more than just the one ender, but we'll have to see. I don't see anything fancy on the top side. Let me just double check. And the box is in a little bit of a disarray from shipping. I'm going to flip it around now and see if we have anything on the other side. All right, I went ahead and checked the enders on the other side as far as on the top side. Didn't see anything fancy schmancy, to be honest. So looks like a regular box, but with that V-nickel ender that we'll get to sometime in the 20th to 30th roll, obviously we'll take our time and take a look at that roll a little more in detail. In the meantime, you guys know the drill. We're going to start cracking rolls and see if we have a lucky box or just a lucky ender. I'll be back if and when we have a first find. Roll number 53, or the third roll of the second box. We have our first 40s Jefferson nickel. 1946, Philadelphia. Roll number 54, a 1947 Jefferson nickel from San Francisco again. Roll number 11, a 1946 Jefferson nickel minted in San Francisco. 46S is not a key or semi-key, but that is a lower mint for sure, and that makes me happy seeing it. Roll number 14, yet another 1947. San Francisco, I believe. Yes, it is. A lot of San Francisco minted nickels in this box, but it is from California, so that makes sense. Roll number 65 out of 100, and we're going to have another Buffalo. Just peeking out. We've got a 1935 Philadelphia. We'll take it. Second Buffalo found of the hunt. Well, this is a good sign because we're on roll 67, and I just laid it out, and I noticed in the back another Buffalo nickel, and we're starting to encroach upon where we thought we saw that V nickel at. So if we're going to see some Buffaloes, could be the collection dump I'm hoping for. This is a Denver minted Buffalo nickel. Pretty nice shape and definitely got some great detail with the horn showing. 1937 Denver. We'll take it. All the legs are there. Beautiful Buffalo nickel. Buffalo nickel number 3. Same roll. Got a 1940 Jefferson nickel. That's our oldest Jefferson nickel find so far. 1940, and I think that's going to be a San Francisco as well. And it is. We'll take it. 1940s. We just grabbed roll 73 out of the box, and when I flipped it around, it is the V-nickel ender. Definitely looks like it's been bank sealed. Definitely looks like a legitimate V-nickel ender. Holy cow. That is a beautiful sight. I'm going to take a second to set up the overhead camera, and we'll do a live opening on this roll because you don't see that too often in your nickel hunts. That is beautiful. All right, I hope we're in focus. Let's go ahead and take a look at this V-nickel ender roll and see if it has any friends and what year it is. Wow, V-nickel ender. Holy cow. It's got a little bit of damage on it. It's a 1905 V-nickel ender. Man, we don't find too many of them. Always happy when we do, and I've never seen one in my hunts as an end coin. We'll take it. It's a good find, and while I have you here, we'll just quickly see if there's another one in here. And I don't see another one, so let's get back to the regular camera viewing and take another look at the V-nickel to make sure we have it in shot. All right, we've got the V-nickel on the board. Definitely will take that. That's the trifecta, my friends. Silver, buffaloes, and a V-nickel. And more importantly, through the first 23 rolls, we have 2 buffaloes and a V-nickel from this box. The top side wasn't that hot, so I'm hoping the bottom side is where it's at. Either way, it's already a fantastic hunt. Now let's get back to it. We're on roll number 81, and I figured I'd film it just in case because we have a really nice reverse with a Denver mint mark. Is it the 50D? It's the 1960D. 1960D beauty. We'll add it to compare to the album. Not the 50D we needed. Roll number 82. Another 1947. San Francisco. Same roll. 1941. Denver. Roll number 87. A 1941 Jefferson. From Philly. Roll number 90, and no fancy schmancy finds since the V-nickel, but we do have another 1940 nickel from Philly to show you. Just cracked open roll number 92 of the hunt, and I'm pretty certain we have a war nickel back here. And we do. 1943, 1943S. Don't think we need that one, but maybe an upgrader? We'll have to see. Second war nickel found with 3 buffaloes and that 1 V-nickel, which just so happened to be an ender. Well, we have finished that 2-box California trade box hunt, and you know what? It was a good hunt overall. Quality more than quantity. We only have 30 finds on the board, 9 from the 50s, 16 from the 40s, including the 2 war nickels. We had 3 buffalo nickels, 2 from the 30s, 1 from the 20s, and of course, the star of the show was the 1905 damaged V-nickel, which I will take because I rarely find them. Interestingly, though, it was an end coin, and it's not often you see just 1 V-nickel as an end coin and not have other finds with it of the same type. I was starting to think we might be onto a collection dump, knowing that we had that as an ender and finding 2 buffalo nickels leading up to it. But honestly, with the amount of finds we have, I don't think it was a collection dump. I guess it could have been a small collection, but definitely not one that was extensive. Either way, we'll take what we have. And I don't think, despite all of the good goodies we've got, including some of the lower mintage San Francisco minted Jefferson Nickels, that we're going to have any additions to either of the books, obviously. But with the nice finds up top and some of the better dates in here, maybe we'll have an upgrade or 2. Let me go ahead and compare these finds with the books, and let's see if we have any upgrades or additions. Well, I've compared the finds to both books, and as expected, we did not have any additions. However, we were able to upgrade 2 nickels from the Series 1 book, which I didn't think was possible this late in the game. We were able to upgrade the 1974 Philadelphia. It's a beautiful addition. and the 75 Philadelphia. Both have nice mint luster. So we upgraded those, and when I pulled the ones out of the slots that were here, I just didn't think they were nice enough to upgrade the nice 74 and 75p we already have in this book, or at least not nice enough an upgrade to pull those out and risk damaging the slots. Now, after 143 boxes searched for Series 1, we're still missing the 50D. And after 43 boxes searched for Series 2, we're still missing 4. That being said, we will be adding a couple of war nickels to the 2022 silver jar, which will make them happy. A V nickel to the collection, 3 nice buffaloes to the collection, and some more nicer modern nickels to the rolls that I have in stock. I do want to say thank you to the subscriber who made the trade with me. I know you must have seen the V-nickel when you sent the boxes, and that was very generous of you to allow me to hunt them for my channel. I did think we might have stumbled onto a pretty epic second box, and while it was very good, it just wasn't the collection dump that I was hoping for, but I'm thankful for the finds we did have. If you guys found this 2-box nickel hunt as fun as I did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. Hungry, fella? There you go.